on Worcester News Tonight. Tonight is one of the deadliest nights on the road, and local law enforcement is sending the message: drink responsibly. Plus, many people were out and about today making last-minute preparations for Thanksgiving. And one local butcher shop that says they've been preparing for this crowd for months. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. We begin tonight with a message from local law enforcement urging the public to drink responsibly. Thanksgiving Eve has become one of the biggest days for drinking and driving and one of the country's deadliest days on the road. Our Cam Jandro now joins us live with the details. Cam?
Yeah, Anna, it really has become one of the biggest days for drinking in the country. It's up there now with New Year's Eve and St. Patrick's Day. Tonight I caught up with the Worcester Police Department as they prepare for the holiday weekend.
The cash register at McGovern's Liquors in Worcester was very busy Wednesday. Manager William Talcott says the eve of Thanksgiving has become one of the store's busiest days of the year.
A lot of people really rely on it, so this day and Christmas, day before Thanksgiving. I'm shooting for at least 1,000 anyway, and maybe, hopefully more, maybe a little less, but that's my goal.
But the day before has also become one of the country's deadliest. According to the National Safety Council, more than 800 people have died in alcohol-impaired crashes during the Thanksgiving holiday in the last 4 years. Talcott says the store follows its normal process to ensure the public's safety.
This isn't so much of that as more of a regular Friday or Saturday night, but we do our regular protocol. We card everybody who looks like they're under 28.
Also on the lookout Wednesday is the Worcester Police Department. With the holiday looming, the department will have a heavy presence in the streets over the next few days.
We have additional officers out on the street, patrolling the street. We have officers at the Union Station to keep a presence. We have additional officers on motorcycles and route cars.
Worcester will also use their alcohol enforcement unit to monitor bars across the city. The unit makes sure proper procedures are being used at restaurants and bars in Worcester. Sergeant Kerry Hazelhurst says it's important for the department and public to keep an eye on the roads over the holiday weekend.
If you see anybody that's crossing the center line, driving, swerving in the lanes, driving too fast, driving too slow, I mean, there's many things, but we're out there and, keeping an eye out.
Now, the Department of Transportation says the most important thing to do is plan ahead. Call an Uber, have a designated driver, just do not drink and drive. Anna?
That's good advice. Thanks, Cam. Nearly 51 million Americans are traveling this week, making it the busiest Thanksgiving holiday for travel in more than 10 years. Wednesday, roads were busy across the Bay State. And as our Brittany Schaefer reports, many people in Worcester County were stuck in traffic with much longer than usual travel times.
AAA is estimating this Thanksgiving holiday travel to be the busiest since 2005. So whether you're traveling by car, plane, or bus, they say to pack your patience. Drivers in central Massachusetts, like Adam Goldstein, dealing with traffic and longer travel times Wednesday.
The Pike was backed up. It took me about an hour and 20 minutes to get from Boston to Worcester. It usually takes me about 40 minutes, and there's bumper to bumper the whole way, so it's a little difficult.
It was horrendous coming from Boston. Yeah, it took about 2 hours for us to get up here.
The roads are really a lot busier.
AAA is estimating close to 1 million drivers from Massachusetts alone will be hitting the roads this Thanksgiving.
It's really significant. It's an increase over last year of about 3.3%.
Goldstein has a strategy to avoid traffic on Turkey Day.
I'm hosting at my house with my family, so everyone's coming in to travel to see us, so it'll be good to not have to do the travel and have everybody come to our house.
AAA also says airports will be full this week. Air travel is expected to see the largest growth at almost 4 million nationwide.
More people traveling, more people flying, also 5% increase in air travel.
We're flying to Orlando. We're gonna go spend Thanksgiving with some friends of the family. All of us are kind of flying from all over the country and meeting in Orlando, so it should be a great family reunion.
Now, AAA says it's a better economy and lower gas prices that are main factors getting people on the roads this Thanksgiving week. But people I spoke to in Central Mass say it's being with family on Thanksgiving that has them bearing the traffic. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A Worcester-based development company has settled with the state on allegations of illegal asbestos work. According to Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey, Hampton Properties LLC will pay $100,000 in penalties to settle allegations it allowed workers to do illegal asbestos work on 2 rental properties it owns in the city. The AG's office says in addition to paying the penalty, Hampton Properties has agreed to hire a consultant to do an audit of 8 properties. Haley says in part, our office will work to ensure that all of this company's properties are safe for all residents and will enforce state laws that are in place to protect workers and the public from the risk posed by asbestos exposure. Switching gears now, Worcester is getting into the spirit of the season with its annual Festival of Lights. The lights already up and ready to go downtown for next Friday's event. The festival will feature free ice skating, a visit from Santa, sleigh rides, food trucks, and a special performance by Worcester native Jessica Cabral, who was an American Idol Season 15 contestant. The event will take place at the Worcester Common Oval Friday, December 1st from 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thanksgiving is just a day away, and many people were out making last-minute preparations. And for one local butcher shop, they say they've been preparing for weeks. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Clarence Plant picks up some lamb at Fairway Beef Wednesday for his Thanksgiving meal.
I'm going to prepare this lamb myself because I'm a pretty good cook, I think.
He's going to Thanksgiving at his daughter-in-law's house in Worcester and thought it would be a great addition.
I know they love lamb, and tomorrow I'm having dinner with them, and I know they're preparing a turkey.
Fairway Beef was busy Wednesday as many people get their last-minute items.
It's an exciting time of the year.
Co-owner George Siegel says they ordered more than 1,000 turkeys, and by noon Wednesday, only 12 were left.
Some deep fry it and cook it traditionally in an oven, and everybody has their own way they experiment.
For people who don't want the trouble of cooking a meal, Maxwell Silverman's will be having one with about 1,000 people.
It's a family fun time.
The restaurant says it's a tradition they've been doing for 30 years.
You don't have to prepare, you can just have family time and fun, and you don't have to clean up either.
Plant says a dozen people will be at his family's dinner Thursday and says he'll have to wake up at 3 a.m. to start cooking the lamb.
I set the temperature around 350. After I season it good, and I cook it for about 3 hours, and it will be ready.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Ahead of the Thanksgiving Day holiday, the Massachusetts State Fire Marshal is sending out a safety reminder as Thanksgiving is the #1 day for home fires in the state. State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski has a few suggestions to ensure a safe and happy holiday. He says 85% of Thanksgiving Day fires have been caused by cooking. A few of the suggestions he wants everyone to remember when cooking: never leave the house with the oven running. The best way to respond to a stovetop fire is to put a lid on it and turn the heat off. Pot handles should also always be turned inward to the stove. Now, if you're cooking a deep-fried turkey, do not overfill the oil. Make sure you properly thaw the turkey and do not cook in your garage. The State Fire Marshal adds everyone should have a working smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. The Diocese of Worcester is preparing to host a Thanksgiving dinner for the less fortunate on Thursday. They've been preparing meals for more than 30 years. Thursday, volunteers will be delivering more than 1,900 meals. They'll also be having a sit-down dinner at the Cathedral of St. Paul for people who have no one to celebrate with. Dinner coordinator Bob Cronin says helping people is part of his holiday.
This is a family day, and these folks probably have many recollections of their own. And just to have someone come in and say, hi, here's a meal, have a happy Thanksgiving, could well make their whole day.
Cronin says the meals will start going out around 8 a.m. and the sit-down dinner at the cathedral will be at noon. Today, the man who went on a Worcester crime spree learned his punishment. Antonio Damon was sentenced to no less than 25 years in prison. He was convicted of several charges in connection with last year's hour-long crime spree. The spree included a rape, an armed robbery, a hit-and-run, as well as a carjacking. A Worcester man and woman are facing 13 charges related to illegal drugs and guns. According to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, the two were ordered held without bail today in Worcester District Court. 28-year-old Milano Andre Fields and 34-year-old Mindy Doherty are facing multiple charges, including 4 counts of possessing a large-capacity firearm and trafficking in more than 200 grams of methamphetamine. The Spencer Police Department investigated the incident with the assistance of the Massachusetts State Police Detective Unit assigned to District Attorney